Hey Colin Coffee lovers! Today's quick coding trick is to see how to add numbers with rounding in Python. So let's take a moment to understand the question. We are given two numbers a and b. If c equal to a plus b, find c. So we need to have a summation here. Then note, round off the output to a single decimal place. So if the input, we're going to have the value for a and the value for b, and the output is going to be a plus b, right? And it has to be rounded off. So how are we going to do it? It's pretty simple. We're just going to get a here. We need float because we need to round them off. If we get integer, we can't use floats, and there's no use of using the round function. So we're just going to float, and we're going to ask for the input, which is going to be enter the number, right? So we can just copy the same thing. We can ask the value for b, so enter the number. And as the function is saying, we are creating a new variable called c, and which will be equal to a plus b, right? So how are we going to print it is we're going to print c, but we need to round it off, right? So we need to use the round function. We're going to round it off from the c to one decimal point. So we're just going to add one here. If we add two here, it's going to be two decimal points. We're just going to add one here. So let's see. So let's see, we have a number 2.34, right? And the second number is 2.34 again. If you look at it, there's no two digits after the decimal point, it's just one because we rounded off to one. But if you're going to add 2 here and we're going to give the same input, let's see how that works. 2.34, and we're going to give the same input, 2.34, and we're going to run it. And if you see, there's two decimal points. Now, is this code really efficient? Is this code really nice? It is not. Let's see how to minimize this code and use its full potential. So what we are going to do here is we are going to take the inputs in the same line. And how does that happen? We're going to get what we want. We need A and we need B. So we're going to, let me just explain after typing this out. So let me explain how this code works. This line prompts the user to enter two numbers separated by a space, right? So the input function gets the user's input as a string, and we all know that. So what happens next? The split method splits the string at spaces, creating a list containing the two numbers. Well, they're type strings, but we need type float. So how do we do that? We need to typecast all of the values into float, and the map function is going to help us. The map function actually applies a function to each element in an iterable. In this case, the map function is going to apply float to each value in the iterable and converts each string in the split list to a float. And that is all that is packed into this sentence. And instead of creating a function like c equal to a plus b, we're just going to perform it in one line. So we're just going to print the rounded value of a plus b and round it to one decimal point. When we run this, we're just going to put 2.34, and we're going to add a space and put 2.34. This is us taking the inputs in the same line, and voila, we have 25.7. Thank you for watching this video, guys. Stay tuned for the next videos, and bye bye.